bent over row is exactly the same as our deadlift. So I tend to group these two together because you use the same positions. Yep. You can, as you asked earlier, use your rowing attachment. Yep. That might be more comfortable for people if they don't have the movement competency to be able to handle your traditional versions. It does though, however, make it a bit more difficult to row from the front. You tend to be a bit more like an upright row. So most of the time that's why I don't tend to work with these. Not saying it's right or wrong. I personally don't. Use it where needed for people and what works well. So again, sort of coming to that, because this is the thing, I have big hands, so I'm okay with it. But you're looking at a 2-inch round object. If you have little hands, that's hard to hold.
Yeah, I think that's what it needs.
Yeah, because if you're trying to hold this and row, if you can't get your hand the whole way around it, you may not feel comfortable. So with your rows, you can still, to this end, for the conversation, we're here and still rowing up like we normally would with the dumbbell. So elbow stays tight and you row. You can then move into that suitcase row. So it's outside. Orientating to now that the weight's behind us. Yep. So that's a lot harder now where I am because the lever and the load has increased. But if I turn around and I'm here, you can see I can row it a lot better. Yep. So changing our orientation works really, really well. No different if we come into our staggered stances. So whether you're staggered from the front or side on, you can still achieve all those things that we just said out of your deadlift. It's just we're applying force on the body in different vectors. So it's force going out in a frontal motion as opposed to that more sagittal plane style. So here becomes much more sagittal because we're splitting the body from top to bottom and front to back like that. So play around with your stances like you just did with your deadlift and see what it's like depending where you are in relation to the load itself and the lever, and see how you can increase or decrease the resistance by simply where you place yourself.